In today's lecture, I will talk about a city called Kathmandu located in Nepal. It's a secret place to Buddhists and also a very peaceful place for visitors all over the world. So, I will have a brief summary of what kind of things I will talk about today. First, I will mention the reason why I chose Kathmandu. Besides, I will provide some geography factors about this city, and I will talk about Buddhism and Buddhist, the relationship between them, and where they happens. Then I will talk about some interesting questions based on the knowledge I mentioned above. So let's talk about the first part, why I choose Kathmandu. Kathmandu has always been my dream place which I want to travel. I have been to type in China before, and I know that Kathmandu is nearer in type. It's another secret city. The Himalaya mountains are in the middle of it. The first time I know the name of city is from a famous movie produced by Marvel Company called Doctor Strange. Half of the scenes in this movie are captured in Kathmandu. I'm truly attracted by this mystery and peaceful city. Besides, I have great interest in Buddhism in Kathmandu. I like the lifestyle which people live in there, their kindness and very peaceful. So I have great interest in Kathmandu. So now you may be curious about where is Kathmandu. I provide some geography factors about Kathmandu below. Kathmandu is the largest metropolitan city. It is the capital of Nepal with many temples and religion sites. It is surrounded by four mountains, Shivapuri, Farkoki, Nagarjun, and Kendrakiri mountains with latitude and longitude for 27 degrees north and 85 degrees east. The total population of Kathmandu is around 950,000 people. The language of Kathmandu are mainly English and Hindi. The dominant religions are Hinduism and Buddhism. But in today's lecture, I will mainly discuss about Buddhism in Kathmandu. So, why Kathmandu is secret? There are some relationship between Buddhism and Buddhist. What is Buddhism? Buddhism is founded in the late 6th century BCE by Siddhartha Gautama. Buddhism is the path of practice and spiritual development leading to insight into the true nature of reality. Buddhist practice like meditation are means of changing yourself in order to develop qualities of awareness, kindness, and wisdom. Buddhism is mainly distributed in various countries in Asia, like Nepal, India, China, and Japan. Through centers of communication and innovation, Buddhism has different branches in various countries. The meaning of Buddhism also has little difference in different countries. As we can see in the map, Buddhism first originates in India, then is separated to north to some countries like Nepal and China, then is separated to the south to some countries like Sri Lanka. I drew a branch map to help you guys have a better understanding of it. It first separated to India to Nepal and Sri Lanka. Then, for Nepal, it separated to Tibet, China, and Japan and Korea. For Sri Lanka, it separated to Southeast Asia, which is today's Thailand and Vietnam. I provide some photos about Buddhism in different countries. The first one is Buddhism in China, tape. The second one is Buddhism in Japan. The last one is Buddhism in Thailand, which is located in the Southeast Asia. Buddhist is a special group of people in Kathmandu. So, who is Buddhist? There are many kinds of Buddhists. Some of them are in the temples, which we call monks, while others are Buddhists but live in a normal life. Most Buddhists are vegetarian who follow the principle of not killing lives. When talking about the Buddhist, in fact, ethic and religions are both factors that make them become Buddhist. Buddhists in Kathmandu are mainly influenced by geography factors. As we know, Buddhism originated in Asia India, and Nepal is nearing to India. So although Buddhism is from India, lots of famous monks were born in Nepal, and when they become an adult, they come to India to study Buddhism and back to Nepal to teach others. After we know the basic knowledge about Kathmandu, I will discuss some interesting questions based on the knowledge, and I will also provide my own opinion about it. The first question is, how did this site come to be considered secret? Is there anything about the physical landscape that influenced the establishment of the secret site? Is there anything about the cultural landscape that influenced the establishment of the secret site? Well, based on my own opinion, because of the historical reasons, Kathmandu has left many famous and ancient temples. As Buddhists, every year they will go to the temples to pray and learn. There are many temples in Kathmandu, including Pajatina, Siwagyam Punati temples, and other very famous temples. Every year, millions of people will come to Kathmandu to visit the secret place. Besides, there are many famous monks live in Kathmandu. People will come to visit those monks and get their grace. About why Kathmandu can be a secret place in Buddhist, I think the main reason must be the physical landscape. It's nearing to the origin of Buddhists located in India, and then close to Tape, which is also a famous Buddhism secret place. Special geographical reasons bring thousands of believers to Kathmandu. When tracing the culture and the history about Buddhism in Kathmandu, we can find that the Buddhism became famous in Nepal since the ancient times. When Indians bring Buddhism to Nepal, they already accepted it and then believe it. The second question is, how does the geographical type of the religion account for development of the secret site? Well, for me, I think Nepal is a beautiful and secret country. It is nearing the Himalayas mountain, which you guys can see in the picture. The special location is the most important reasons why Kathmandu can now become a Buddhist secret place. Just as for the Catholic, Rome in Italy is an important secret place. Without a special geographical location, Kathmandu will not be as popular as today. In the previous introduction, I mentioned that Kathmandu is one of the closest places to the birthplace of Buddhism, which provides the believers with great convenience to study Buddhism. The geographical type of religion helped the secret place to spread and improve itself. Question number 3. Is there any conflict associated with this site? What? How is it expressed? What is the potential for resolution? I think the biggest problem in Nepal at present is still religious conflicts. In the previous speech, I mentioned that there are two major religions in Nepal, Hinduism and Buddhism, so there will always be conflict between them. In fact, the origin of those two religions are actually the same, but they gradually become different because of geographical and historical reasons. Hindus believe in God and Buddhism believes in themselves. As a country where religions and politics are relatively integrated, Nepal's conflict between the two sects are also reflected in politics. I think the key factors in solving this problem is to make the two sects have the same status in this country. The two sects should also communicate with each other to reduce the gap between them. This will help them to reduce the conflict and reach consensus. For the answers about question number 4, I think one of the biggest influence is the formation of another Buddhist secret place, Tape. Tape is located in China. After Buddhism separated from India to Nepal, it separated to China's Tape. Then separated to the whole of China, which made ancient China integrated political with religion for a long time. Buddhism separated from China to Japan and to South Korea, making Buddhism the main religions in Asia. I also think that the spread of Buddhism also influenced the style of building in Asia. In places where people believe in Buddhism, they all have the same building style. Okay, right now, the last question is, how does the site itself represent the beliefs of people group? For this question, I think a lot about it. I think there are two factors of the site showing the belief of people's group. One thing is the building style and another is the wearing style. Because many people in Kathmandu believe in Hinduism, so there are many temples in there which attract thousands of visitors to come to this place to see the beautiful temples every year. Besides, Buddhists always wearing red and yellow clothes. Well, the red is dark red. So when you walk in the street of Kathmandu, you can see most of people wearing those colors clothes. Another point I want to mention is closely linked to the beliefs of Buddhists. People there are kind and friendly because this is what Buddhism teaches them about how to treat others. After answering those questions above, I hope you guys may have a good understanding about where is Kathmandu and what is Buddhism. I think Kathmandu is a very mystery and secret city. If I have chance, I hope I will visit Kathmandu. Here is my references. It's very happy to have you guys watching those videos. Thank you.